Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a Friday, January 22nd, 2016. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, great to be with you coming from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies early in the morning as I am having severe internet issues and we are very limited today on our resources. So wanted to make sure we get this video done and out as soon as possible. We have some charts to look at. I've got some commentary, and then we're off for the weekend. But don't forget, after the New York close on a Friday, we have the Friday wrap-up where we look at about 16 daily charts. And we're looking at price action and what we can expect in the week ahead. Traders, before we get started, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this in the Asia session. So if you're opening your charts at London, you need to go back about 10 candles and you'll see basically where I started from. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, in 2008, after I retired, I decided to come to Thailand to celebrate my retirement and came for 3 months. Well, traders, I'm in my 8th year living in Thailand and absolutely having a great time and enjoy trading Forex in the Asia time zone. As you get up early in the morning, you trade till late at night. I only do about 2.5 hours in the New York session, and that brings me to about 11 o'clock. And that's about it. I still get 6 hours sleep, 7 hours sleep, which is more than enough. Up at 5:30, and away we go. It's time to get back to the charts and what's going on. No, traders, I don't sit in front of my computers all that time. I have iPhone, iPad, whatever, Android if you have that, and I can monitor my charts and my trades on the go. So I can go to lunch and have an active day and be with friends. However, I do like to be in front of my master computers when I'm making my entries. So if I'm going to make an entry, I will wait for that before I would ever leave my computers and head out. Most of the time, I'm just monitoring my trades when I'm on the go. And I recommend that. Make your entries on your master computer that you would use, and then on your Android or iPad or whatever, monitor your trades. All right, that's a little bit about me. Let's go over and take a look at our risk disclaimer today. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. That keeps the lawyers off us, and remember, this is for training purposes only. This is not a trade alert service. All right, today's a little bit different. Today we're just going to go straight to commentary because I am so limited on what I have as far as availability to the internet, and I don't even have my phone. I can't even get the internet on my phone. That's how weak the internet is today. So we're just going to get through this, and hopefully this will get uploaded without any difficulties. My commentary for you is this. This week has been very, I would say, strange, chaotic, unpredicting. It's had some good moves. You've seen a couple of days where we've had 235 pip moves on the Euro Aussie. We've seen some really good news. We've had some data come out where we had some good news off of that. So we've had a lot of good stuff. Most of this stuff has been coming out in the U.S. session. Then we look at the Great British Pound. We had data come out of that this week, and it didn't even move 20 pips on data that came out of the pound. So, if you take a look at all that, you put that all together, it comes out to be a chaotic week. It's very frustrating, right? That does not pay the bills. Why? Because I'm not entering trades. So I did not even enter one Forex trade this week, which is not good. Like I said, it doesn't pay the bills if I'm not in trades. However, I'm not going to enter trades that I'm not 75% to 80% sure that I'm going to be successful in my trade. So my trade plan and my trade analysis is very, very important. The other issue is a lot of these trades worked out late in the New York session, which is like 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So I'm not in New York at that hour. So it's been quite a crazy week. And as you all know, I do trade a different instrument in New York. And I've been in that trade from last week. It's no secret I trade options and futures in the New York session also. And I'm in one option trade. And that's been open for about 10 days now. And it's a 45-day trade. So I haven't even opened up a new option trade this week. That's how chaotic the market is. The market is just all over the place. 1 minute the dollar is down to 97, and 2 days later we're back up to 100. So, if you look at the dollar index, so it's just really, really wild, and it shows on our charts, and you just need to be aware of that. So that's enough of my ranting about the market. Let's take a look at some charts, and let's see if we can get at least 1 or 2 trades in today and have a happy weekend. So as usual, we're going to start with the euro dollar. Euro dollar, this is data, folks. This is data, right? This is a data candle. Mario. If I was to say, this is Mario Draghi's press conference and just dumped the euro. And what happened later in New York? Brought it back up. This is Asia, right? Here we are in Asia. Brings it back down. And now we're coming up on a daily pivot. This is a lot of junk here, and there's a lot of price action here. I don't like this at all. I have no desire to trade any of this. I want this to pull back either to the 200, which would be fine, or I prefer to come back up to the R1 pivot, and we'll get in at 1.0907, and we'll get off. Then we'll take the ride down, which will probably bring us into New York, and at that 1.0783, you know what? We'll get out of this trade. But I really do not want to do anything where current price is, and we're in Asia. So we're just going to leave this alone. We're not going to do anything, right? We need price to do something. Either come all the way down here and we'll take a counter trend trade back up, which I don't want to do. I like to trade the trend. You can go to a higher time frame. You might be able to get in, or you can go to a lower time frame and try to get in. But I would think that a 15-minute chart is pretty ugly. I would prefer to go to an hourly chart and see if I could squeeze in on an hourly trade from that direction. Okay? So that's what I'm looking at on the euro dollar. Not the best pair to trade. Look at this ranging all this week. I mean, just really, really ugly trading on the euro dollar this week. And I don't know. I think it's just a good idea to stay away from it. There's nothing good coming out of the euro, and I don't know why it keeps going up and coming down. But yeah, Draghi had his ECB press conference yesterday, and to be honest with you, I was not listening to it, and I did not hear it. So I was teaching a webinar, so I missed the whole thing. So that is what's going on with that. Let's take a look at the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar did a bump to the upside, took out these, if you look left of the chart, took out this red wick here. And now is at resistance. However, I don't have 2 to the right and 2 to the left, and I'm not, I don't want to buy the Aussie dollar, folks. That is not my intention at all. I do not want to buy the Aussie dollar. So the only way I can trade this is on a trend line. So it needs to break the trend line, retest it, and then I'll sell it. So we have some issues, don't we? We have a daily pivot point. We have an EA, which is support now, right, that we need to get through, and then we can finally come down and take profit at the 200 EMA, which is at 0.6917, which is going to be our support area. So this is really some wild stuff here. I don't have that information in front of me, but I presume data came out at the open of Asia, and that's why we have what we have with this Aussie dollar pair. But all I want to do is sell the Aussie dollar. I don't want to buy it, and I'm not buying this. This is now in a range. It's been in a range for a while. Let it break to the downside. Remember, this is only a 30-minute chart, folks. So we'll keep an eye on that. I would trade this, though. If this breaks this trend line and retests, giving me a bearish candlestick, I'll take the risk on this daily pivot because I don't see a lot left of the chart other than this wick here. So I would trade this. This is very tradable. Here's a pound. The pound has just been really, really messy and sloppy and what else can I say? I mean, here you see the little move up here. I had data yesterday, but the data was okay but minimal, and then that other data come out that was bad. So sort of mixed data yesterday on the pound, and it reacted, in a positive way. And but look at this. These big red, I'm sorry, these big blue candles are where? This is the end of New York. This is New York close here. This is 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? So you look at, this is New York, folks. This is a 30-minute chart. Well, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? 12 o'clock, right? We're getting this out here. So, yeah, this pair, really is so bearish. It's unbelievable. If you look at an hourly time frame or a daily chart, how bearish this pound is. I think it's going to grab its feet and it's going to get strong again, but when is the question? And I do believe that the dollar has something to do with it, but the pound's pretty stubborn, and the pound works on its own merits, and I'm going to respect the pound as the pound. So I want this to break this trend line at 1.4218. Let's sell this with confirmation, and we'll take our profits at 1.4088. I did put a mark next to the daily pivot just so you know it's there. If you look left of the charts here, there's a lot of price action there, so we need to be aware of that. And we need to be aware that we're going to have a bounce there. Now, I don't like talking about stops, but your stop needs to be above that blue candle, above the 200 exponential moving average, that wick. So your stop needs to be up there. Hopefully your bounce won't get up that high. But I do think you're going to get some sort of a reaction at that daily pivot. So you're going to have to leave your stop alone. You're not going to be able to get to break even by the time you get to this daily pivot. You're just going to have to wait and just, hope you survive the fight. That's a horrible way to trade, man, on hope. You can't be trading on hope, right? You have to have some kind of rules of management. So what would you do? If this came up to this trend line, right, it came back to where I entered at, I would make a decision whether to stay in the trade or get out. My thing is I don't want to give any money back to my broker. So even if I only made 5 pips, I would just exit the trade and re-enter it. I'm not going to wait for it to stop me out. You have to have a stop. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't mean you have to wait for it to get stopped out. And I would just re-enter it. But hopefully that doesn't happen in our trade or work. Break the trend line, retest, and sell it. Okay? Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. One of my favorite pairs to trade. Actually did really well yesterday. Came all the way down. We had some action here where this did a really nice retest. We talked about this. We did a webinar on candlestick patterns, and this was really just happened to work out very well. And again, we were into the New York session, right? This is New York afternoon, folks. This is New York afternoon. Comes back up, and what happens? Asia comes along, boom, down we come. Here we are. Now we're down at support, and I'm not trading here. Right? Look at this. I got a double bottom here. So, maybe, right? But I'm not trading this. This is not valid for me. At a minimum, it needs to come back up to the daily pivot point, and I'll get it in at 1.5586, and I'll get out at 1.5447. It's a 40 pip trade. Would I counter trend this to the upside? Possibly. Because I know the way the Euro Aussie is, and I know its personality, and when it gets in that mode, it's very strong. So I would possibly take that counter trend trade back to the daily pivot, and then I would sell it. But my bias is to sell this. I do not want to buy this. I want to sell this, okay? I want to sell the Euro Aussie. Alrighty? Okay, let's take a look at the Euro Yen. Just sloppy price action here with the Euro Yen. Nice bearish candle here, but look at where we're at, right? I put a trend line in here, and I'm saying, listen, get through this 200, break our trend line, and we'll take it to the downside. Yes, we're going to get a bounce at the daily pivot point, but if we can get it at 120.70, which is just underneath this 200 exponential moving average, and we get it at 126.18, that is a really nice trade. This is like a 120 pip trade here. This pair has no problem. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. This pair moved 232 pips in one day. That's not the norm for this pair. I'll tell you that. That's not the norm. So this can end up being a 2-day trade, right? Unfortunately, I can't get my data feed up, so I have no idea where And if there are any summits over the weekend, I will get that information out later. But I don't have it in front of me as I'm recording this. Like I said, I need to get this up. My internet is horrible, and me and the internet shop are going to have a little discussion. Trust me. So how are we going to trade this? Break the trend line, bearish candlestick formation, confirmation, and down we go. And let it go. Okay? Easy trade. New Zealand dollar. Kind of strange, to be honest with you. I don't know why the New Zealand dollar is so high. This is probably because the dollar went back up to 99 yesterday. I think it was 99.04 was the high for the dollar yesterday at the Euro Open. And, and then it got weak again. It went back down to 97 and 98. And, of course, Mario was speaking. And so this is like pretty chaotic trading here. This is pretty ugly. Now, we're in this range. So the only way to trade this, again, is a trend line trade, right? Break the trend line, retest the trend line, and then we'll sell it at 0.6530, and we'll take it down to 0.6449. I'm not worried about this daily pivot. I don't even think you'll get a bounce here. I think it's going to go right through it. There's nothing left of the chart that we have to worry about. It's a wide open space. And once you clear it, you also have a nice wide open space to take profit of the 200 exponential moving average. Like I said, again, it's 0.6449. All right, traders, that wraps up our 6 currency pairs and charts. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on this Friday, January 22nd, 2016. Traders, don't forget we have the Friday wrap-up sometime after the New York close today. We'll review about 16 daily charts and we'll discuss price action, what we can maybe expect in the week ahead. All right, traders, didn't do too bad today. We're only at 17 minutes today. Didn't do too bad. Traders, if you're not trading today, enjoy your day off. If you are trading, please be careful. I will be trading, to be honest with you, and I hope to make some profits. Traders, have a great trading day. Enjoy your weekend break, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Take care, traders. Come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.